Hello, my name is Darren Mish, and I'm a tax attorney based in Tampa, Florida. My practice revolves exclusively around the resolution of IRS tax problems and tax planning for clients around the United States and throughout the globe. I made these videos to answer some questions that I get asked on a routine basis about whether or not I should hire an enrolled agent, and if I should, what questions should I ask him before I go at him or her, before I decide whether or not I should hire the enrolled agent. So I went ahead and made these 4 videos with a total of 20 questions regarding whether or not you should hire an enrolled agent or not. So the first question for this video is, do they have a postgraduate degree? Now, I talked in an earlier video about whether or not they had a college degree or not. I think that's an important question. But do they have a postgraduate degree? Now, is that the be-all, end-all? No, it's not. Is a law degree the be-all, end-all? No, absolutely it's not. But I think a postgraduate degree does show, again, a willingness to stick with a goal and to follow it in all the way through to the end. Now, if they have a postgraduate degree, the odds of them quitting your case because they can't figure out how to solve it, I think, are relatively slim. People who have postgraduate degrees tend to be the type of people, they're fighters. They stick with it and they go to the bitter end. So if your enrolled agent doesn't have a postgraduate degree, it's not the be-all, end-all. It's not something that should preclude you from deciding whether or not you should hire them, but it's something that I think you should consider. The next question is, are they a skilled advocate or a number cruncher? Now, I alluded to that in an earlier video, and I think that that's really important. You know, how many number cruncher, bean counter type people have you actually met at cocktail parties that you wanted to hang around with? Not very many. At least I haven't. And the reason I think is because those skill sets, the skill set of being able to crunch the numbers and the skill set of being able to be a people person, be a skilled advocate, are separate skill sets, and they're skill sets that are very hard to maintain. Now, we have number cruncher, bean counter types in our firm, but those are not the people who are going to be in charge of resolving your case, and they're not going to be in charge of the communication with the IRS, and I think that that's really important. So you have to think about whether or not your enrolled agent is a bean counter type person or if they're a personable type person. And when you're meeting with them or when you're speaking with them on the phone, it's something that I think you ought to consider because it's an important question. If they're going to be communicating with the IRS about your case, they're going to probably be doing it either verbally or in writing. Those are different skill sets too from each other, but I have not found that very many number cruncher, bean counter type people are actually skilled in writing or skilled verbally and being verbally persuasive. So it's another question. Even though they're licensed to represent clients throughout the United States, and by the way, so are attorneys if they're licensed in any state can represent clients in any state, and CPAs if they're licensed in any state can represent clients in any state for federal IRS problem resolution matters. But EAs like to make a big deal. We're the only federally licensed professionals who actually can represent clients throughout the United States. That's balderdash, that's hogwash, that's just something that they're trying to use to set themselves apart because the public, quite frankly, doesn't even understand what an enrolled agent so they have an uphill battle there. But does your tax professional or your enrolled agent that you're considering hiring, do they attract clients from around the country, from around the globe, or from down the street? If they're only attracting clients from down the street, I think you might want to consider driving down a different street or doing a little bit more research, because there's probably a reason why they're not widely sought after to handle IRS problem cases. Just a thought. The last question for today, actually we have 2. I want you to think about, what is their reputation like? Do they have a reputation in the wider community as being a skilled expert, a skilled practitioner? Something to think about. A little test that you can do is Google their name. Go to google.com, type in their name. Put it in quotes if you have to. You really shouldn't have to, but if you have to put their name in quotes, put it in quotes and see what websites come up. Is there buzz about that practitioner, or is there worse? Is there nothing? Is there negative comments about that practitioner, or again, do they come up at all? Now, the internet's not the only thing there is. It's not the be-all, end-all. But it's just one of the many factors that you need to think about when you decide whether or not you should hire an enrolled agent or any other type of tax practitioner to handle your IRS problem case. And this question is a little bit maybe impolite for me to ask, but I'm going to go ahead and do it on your behalf anyway. If enrolled agents are so skilled in taxation, why didn't they just get a CPA degree? Or why didn't they take the CPA exam, I should say? You know what the answer is? because the CPA exam is harder than the enrolled agent exam, and I don't think even enrolled agents would doubt that. You know, personally, I don't know how either one compares to the bar exam, but I have to tell you that the bar exam was quite a challenging endeavor in and of itself. Now, of course, there's a lot of things on the bar exam that don't have anything to do with taxation, but there's a lot of things on the enrolled agent exam that have nothing to do with representing IRS problem clients too. And I know one thing's for sure, in EA school, oh yeah, there isn't such thing as an EA school. Maybe there's a prep class to take the exam. There were no classes on advocacy. There was no classes on telling the EAs how to actually communicate with people and how to win a case